And here we are on this lovely Tuesday morning. Here, it's time for another edition of the ETBU Sportsnet Coaches Show presented by our sponsors at Marshall Hometown Tire. I'm Kenneth the K-Rock Klein, but no need to worry about putting a subtitle on my name, but you need to put a subtitle on this guy's name because this is Rusty Rainbolt, the head women's basketball coach of ETBU. And, well, it's that most wonderful time of the year again, Coach, especially for you, because once again, you're back in the conference tournament. We'll get into all that in just a moment, but first and foremost, last couple of games took on Belhaven and Louisiana College, obviously, with so much going on, considering that you are honoring 6 seniors as well. Just recap those 2 games from a perspective, and how do you think those 2 games have gotten you, if any, they've gotten you some momentum for the conference tournament?
Yeah, well, it's good this is always fun time of year, the tournament time. So last week was a good week in a lot of ways, but I'm not going to lie, I'm glad it's over because my wife was an absolute wreck. She cried all week because it was senior week and senior day, and if there's one person more invested than me and our coaches in this team, it's probably my wife. I mean, she absolutely loves these girls, and so all week it was picking out pictures and picking out flowers and all that kind of stuff. And but no, it was a good week, and really proud of our seniors and our team getting 2 good wins at home and finishing up the regular season strong. And I thought they did some really, really good things, and we're trying to just keep winning, but yet getting better at the same time and getting everything to click and fall in the right place at the right time. And that's the key, and that's the magic of great coaches, great players, and great teams, is to get hot at the right time. And so I feel like that our team is definitely moving in the right direction, and hopefully everything will fall into place this week. But I was proud of the girls against Belhaven. Belhaven has a very good team. I think they led our league in scoring this year. And just their style of pressing and trapping and the way they attack you, it was good for our kids. It wasn't the prettiest game in the world, but we executed some things that we needed to work on and get better at, and did good. Played a lot of players in that game, and then turn around on Saturday and play Louisiana College on senior day with all the emotions of everything. And cool to get to see. We have 6 seniors, and our captain came in. Kim Childress, one of our 2 captains, came in before the game on Saturday. Actually came in on Friday and was talking about Saturday's game, and she said, Kim started every game this year, and she said, Coach, I think it would be really neat if we let the other 5 seniors start this game and I come off the bench. And we had a discussion about that, and that's just one of the things that's so special about our team and our leadership, is the humility of, Kim, to be able to say, hey, it's, because my wife made the point. My wife wasn't very happy, and she said, well, it's her senior day too. She deserves to get that honor. But Kim was like, I start all the time, and those girls deserve it. And she's like, I don't care whether I start or not. So, but it was just indicative of our team's heart posture. And so just a fun day. The girls played well. Really proud of those 6 seniors, and great to have all their families here. And so really cool, neat experience, but I'm glad that's in the past, and now we're turning the page to try to go be champions.
Absolutely, Coach. And, it's so crazy how things kind of work out in particular. I feel like we're continuously following a script here. I don't know if it's just coincidence or luck, but it's just kind of like the Texans getting into the wild card playoff game, where in this case the ETBU women's basketball team has to start their first round competition against, of all teams, Howard Payne University. And for whatever reason, the games against Howard Payne in the conference tournament may not be your best game, whether it's because you're having an off shooting night, or Howard Payne is just playing you tough defensively and all that. But they obviously have a very talented team as well, and you've had to kind of grind and battle with them early on in the regular season to get that win. But again, first round competition against Howard Payne, does that kind of feel like you expect them to be in the conference to make it a tough challenge?
Oh yeah, well, every game this time of year is going to be tough, and any of the teams that qualify for the conference tournament, every game is going to be close. There won't be any blowouts. I was talking to a guy yesterday. This year, this is the best I've ever seen our league. There are, really, really good players. There is the best group of coaches that know what they're doing, scout hard, recruit hard, coach hard, and then there's just some really, really good teams in our league this year. It's the best in my time in coaching that I've ever seen the ASC. So this tournament will be a challenge. Every single game will be tough. There's no bad teams in there, and there's not a huge discrepancy from the 1 seeds to the 4 seeds. And so, but when it comes to Howard Payne, this is 3 years in a row that we'll play them in the first round. The thing about Howard Payne, traditionally, but even just recently, they play really hard. They compete really hard. Their coach does a great job with them. He's got his girls believing. It's a testament to him, and a tribute to him as a coach. Last year I think we beat them by 25 or 30 in the regular season, won by 2 in the tournament. This year they played Hardin Simmons at Hardin Simmons and lost by 33 points. Played Hardin Simmons at home and beat them. They lost by 42 to Mayor Baylor at Mayor Baylor earlier in the year, and had them. They were tied at halftime, down 4 in the third quarter, and lost a close one to Mayor Baylor. And then, they beat Concordia earlier in the year and turned around and lost to them in the last game. So my point is we've already beat them this year once, but my point is they always get better this time of year. They compete, they play really hard. Coach does a good job, and so I told the team, first thing I said yesterday in the huddle at team practice was, the only thing we're focused on right now is preparing every moment for Howard Payne, and we've got to find a way to get a 1-point win over them on Thursday. 1-point win, 20-point win, it doesn't matter. This time of year is all about surviving and advancing, and you want to play well, and but you just want to win and give yourself another chance to play the next day. So everything we're focused on is about that, of just getting ready to compete against a really good Howard Payne team.
Certainly, Coach. And I don't know whether you call it coincidence or just a little bit of flashback memories and all that, but the last time you were in Richardson, Texas, you ended up coming away victoriously as well, to say the least. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's also kind of weird because you have the men's team going out to Alpine, and they had a very good run, playing into the championship game as well. But obviously, we're talking about a different time, different year and all that, and anything's obviously different. But does that kind of get into the back of your minds about the last time that you played where things just kind of went your way then? Yeah, for sure. It's a little bit nostalgic in a sense of, 2 years ago when we went to Dallas for the conference tournament. The men went to Sul Ross, and both teams had great years that year, men and women's teams, and so they're headed out there again, and we're headed to Dallas again, and we played Howard Payne the first game that year. Played a grinded out, low-scoring game. I think it was like 52 to 37 or 38 or something in that game, so it wasn't a lot of scoring. And then, turn around and 2 nights later get to cut down the nets and win the championship there. So I think the thing that it does is, for the returners that were here that first year with us, we all have this confidence of we've been there, and so we know we can go through this process. We know we can win there. It's just, will we get it done? But it definitely gives you a good vibe and good memories and creates some good energy to be like, I've been there, we've done that, we know we can do that. Now it's a challenge to go out and win the first game. And speaking of course, obviously, should you win the first game against Howard Payne University, that would mean a matchup with potentially either Mary Hardin Bay or Belhaven as well. But obviously, like you said, it doesn't get any easier, because I feel like the next round and the next round after that, should you get to Saturday's championship game, it just doesn't get any easier, and to say the least. I feel like you said, this is probably the most talented ASC conference, because I feel like, the last couple of years, there were certain teams. It was UT Dallas, UMHB, you guys, and, I think it was just you three plus everybody else. But I feel like there's been a lot more parity this time with, you see Hardin Simmons stepping up, you see Concordia stepping up as well. Belhaven's obviously, the number 4 seed in the East Division as well. But does that kind of get the ASC notoriety of being a tough conference for not just everybody within the conference, but for all the other teams outside? Well, I think that I don't think the ASC gets the notoriety that it deserves, because on a national scale, the people up north that really kind of run Division III and make a lot of the decisions and are in charge of all the public relations and stuff, they don't have a clue what's going on down here with our league outside of when we play other teams and how the scores look. But
on a national scale, we have probably 4 of the top teams in the nation in Hardin-Simmons, and then we've got that next tier of teams that are really, really good. I mean, like you said, Belhaven and Concordia, and Howard Payne, and Laterno, they're very, very good teams, but there will not be any easy games. Every team in our 8-team tournament is capable of winning. 2 years ago when we went up there and won the tournament, Concordia was the 3 seed, I guess, from the West, and knocked off UT Tyler, who was the 2 seed, and that was a major upset at that time. But I always tell our team, like, everybody can be beat. To respect your opponent will never hurt you, and to have arrogance and overlook your opponent will never help you. So we just really want to, first of all, we want to honor the Lord in the fact of we get to play a game, we get to be on a team, we get to play for a university that represents Christ. It is an amazing place to play. We want to go out and honor the Lord by how we prepare, how we play, and leave the outcome, to whatever happens. That doesn't define us. It doesn't define the other teams, and it's not going to dictate anything other than who gets to move on the next day. But we really just want to play in a way that's pleasing to the Lord. But it will be a lot of fun. We want to compete at a high level and hopefully play for a few more weeks.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, can't wait to be with y'all this weekend on Thursday, of course, and hopefully we get to Saturday and maybe, who knows, lift up another chant.
2 years ago, a good buddy of mine was on the call and got to make that call, and so I'm really excited that you're going to get to be with us. Who else is going to be there?
Oh, who?
The band. The cheer and the palm.
Ah, sweet.
And we have been notorious for having great crowds travel with us. That year at Dallas when we won it, we had more fans than anybody else there. So we need everybody to get out.
Well, you know the drill. Just come down here, go to UT Dallas, and support ETBU, hopefully, for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll let you know the dates as the team advances. All right, that does it for head coach Rusty Rainbolt. Hopefully we get to talk to him next week after he is in a happy mood, as we all are. And we'll be back next time on the ETBU Sports Head Coaches Show with another head coach.